You guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to say hello to everybody. Having a wonderful day. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I saw with the one and only, the legendary, the extraordinary Miss Tabitha Brown. Now, Tabitha Brown is a person that has a voice that sounds like fresh milk and honey. She is super talented, super smart, super capable, super successful, and she deserves the success. She's got millions of followers. I'm a big fan of Tabitha Brown. Well, Tabitha Brown got in trouble today, and the trouble was really interesting. It was over some stuff she said about Black entrepreneurs, and basically, Tabitha made a remark, kind of seeming to imply that if your business ain't working, then you need to start working. That if you are struggling as an entrepreneur and the money ain't coming in, then you need to be coming into work. She kind of said, she sounded to some like a little bit of a dream killer, although I don't think that's what she was trying to do. Again, I'm a big Tabitha Brown fan, but I can say for sure she pissed a lot of people off with her remarks because a lot of people felt that she sounded a little bit out of touch and that she was not really sort of speaking in a way that was as encouraging as people would like to hear, that she was actually sounding a little bit like a hater, like somebody that just kind of wanted you to kill your dream and let your dream just go dead and go flat and just go and work for the man and everything else. And I'm going to say this. I don't believe that that's what Tabitha was trying to say. But what I wanted to get you guys' take on this, and I'm going to give my take, of course, but I wanted to kind of hear your take first. And I'm going to play this video. It's actually, I put it up on my Instagram, which is Dr. Boyce Money. And on Dr. Boy, I have another one, Dr. Boyce Finance, but Dr. Boyce Money is my backup Instagram, just in case the feds come watching and they decide to take my gram down again, which they did. They took down my last Instagram. I had 500,000 followers. So I'm up to almost 200,000. And I'm sure they're going to come along and take those at some point too. I don't know why. I'm just talking about Black wealth. But anyway, I'm going to play this clip for you. And actually, before I begin, let me know, give me a quick yes if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me okay, because I'm traveling. I'm in a hotel. I'm on the road. I want to make sure my audio is good. Also, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. And I give you the one and only, the legendary, the extraordinary Miss Tabitha Brown. So let me share my screen. So I don't, I just, I have a real knack for hitting the wrong button. So let me see if I can hit the right one and share this and quit doing all this yapping. All right. So, see, look at me. Just look at me. Look at me. I'm just looking crazy right now. Come on. Excuse me. Come on, boys, get together. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna share my sound and I'm gonna play this clip right now. Here it goes. Let me know if you can hear it. Give me a yes if you can hear it. Okay. I can use your help on that. I'd appreciate it. Here we go.
Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And that doesn't mean it's not for you, but right now, these last few months, few years, you know what I'm talking about. Baby, it ain't been working for you, okay? And you're doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, you done got yourself in some mess, and it's time for you to get a job. You hear me? You just gonna need to get a job for a little while. Okay, it don't mean your ideas ain't good. Okay, it don't mean that maybe one day you could be a good entrepreneur. But you have proven to yourself and everybody else that you owe money to, okay, that it ain't working right now. Okay, it ain't worked for a while. It actually has never worked yet. Doesn't mean it won't ever work. But right now you need to go to work. You're going to need to get a job. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And that doesn't.
Okay, I'm gonna play this one more time so we can really hear what she has to say. I want to make sure she's listened to so we can then assess and analyze this. I have a few thoughts myself, but I want to hear your thoughts as well. Put them in the comments. Let me know what you think. Here it goes.
I mean, it's not for you, but right now, these last few months, few years, you know what I'm talking about. Baby, it ain't been working for you, okay? And you're doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, you done got yourself in some mess, and it's time for you to get a job. You hear me? You just gonna need to get a job for a little while. Okay, it don't mean your ideas ain't good. Okay, it don't mean that maybe one day you could be a good entrepreneur. But you have proven to yourself and everybody else that you owe money to. Okay. that it ain't working right now. Okay, it ain't worked for a while. It actually has never worked yet. Doesn't mean it won't ever work. But right now, you need to go to work. You're going to need to get a job.
Okay, so a lot of you heard what she had to say, and I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. I'm going to look at your comments here. I see she could have been talking about a family member. Any leader raising us higher economically is a whole problem for the white power structure. I agree with that, Lukey. What do y'all think? Do y'all like? Somebody says I don't agree with it. I don't agree with Tabitha. It makes sense if they don't have any income coming in, they need to take care of their family's basic needs. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Okay, she addressed the backlash and clarified what she meant. Okay, I'm going to check out the clarification. I didn't see the clarification. And maybe that's another conversation we can have here because I told y'all I'm a big Tabitha Brown fan. I love this lady. I want to be fair to her. I am not here to attack and bash somebody who I just think is awesome. And she's a friend of mine. Miss Black Hollywood Tierra KJ Williams, who she made she goes by the name Karma J. She's made a new album. She's a good friend of mine. She's really close to Tabitha, and Tierra speaks about some of the challenges that Tabitha had in her own entrepreneurial journey and how she had to stick with it in order to become successful. And I think there's a lot that can be learned from that. So let me go ahead and give you an assessment on this. First off, um, when she talks about the struggle of being an entrepreneur, the struggle is very, very real. Basically, according to data, 65% of all businesses fail in the first 10 years. For Black people, it's more like 70 to 80%. It's very, very high. Also, 82% of small business failures are directly related to cash flow problems. Businesses don't die because of lack of profitability. They don't die because the idea isn't good. They die because they run out of cash. So cash flow, liquidity, access to capital is one of the most important issues that Black people should force politicians to address if they want to get your vote. If they want to get my vote, and it's not just about reparations. I want to see access to capital. And also, I think dealing with undiagnosed, untreated trauma is critically important when it comes to wealth building as well, because it's the trauma that keeps you from being able to become the business owner or the investor. Because traumatized people have a hard time staying cool under pressure. Let me know if you get what I'm saying. Traumatized people will go in a stressful situation and just freak out and quit, run away, burn everything down, sell their stock, whatever, right? So if you want to be a good investor, I encourage you to heal. And I also encourage you to make sure that you understand what the journey looks like in front of you. Now, here's where I want to challenge Tabitha just a little bit. And if Tabitha, again, Tabitha knows Tierra, maybe Tierra can get Tabitha to come in and we can have a conversation about it because I just love this lady. When she says entrepreneur is not for everybody, I think that's a really careful thing. You have to be really careful about making that statement. What she's saying is 100% true. It may not be for everybody, but when you're Black, sometimes you have no choice, right? Freedom ain't for everybody, but when you're Black, you have no choice. Um, Survival ain't for everybody. Figuring out a way to survive may not be for everybody, but you should at least try to survive because you're Black and you have no choice. And so when someone says that entrepreneurship's not for everybody, my response to that is like, okay, well, what's the alternative? Well, we'll get a job. Okay, well, getting a job working for who? Well, typically that means getting a job working for white people. And if there's anything that Black people consistently do that's incredibly dangerous from an economic and social political standpoint, it's working for the very same people who used to put you in chains. It's this simple, fundamental, yet highly accepted idea that being Black means I got to go work for a white man in order to pay my bills. It's this false belief that white people are the ones who are going to be my salvation, and I don't think I am comfortable living in a world where I have to depend on people who, unfortunately, many of them hate me to survive. I just that's not acceptable. You need to give me another answer. So when she says entrepreneurship is not for everybody, I get it, but here's what is for everybody. Here's what is for everybody. Every Black child should be trained on how to start a business by the age of 12. Every Black child needs to learn how to be an entrepreneur because sometimes you can't just do what you want to do. Sometimes you do what you got to do. And if you're choosing to be free, then that means you have to choose to create options for yourself. It does not mean you have to be a full-time entrepreneur. It does not mean you quit the job and you're running the business full time. It does not mean that you're out here trying to build companies and run companies and all this other. No, 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 no. But you need to learn the skills of an entrepreneur so you know where businesses come from. Do you understand how many people get jobs and have no clue where businesses even come from? Do you understand how many people work for white folks and have no idea where the company's getting the money from to pay them? Do you know how many people go into this highly competitive, highly oppressive, frighteningly scary economic system with no understanding of how the damn thing works? You don't know a damn thing about why this guy's paying you money to do the job. All you know is boss tells me to get here at 9 o'clock. I shows up on time and I works hard, so he owes me money. Well, why does he owe you money? Because I work hard. Who are your parents? I need to talk to your parents because there's nowhere in the book of the holy book of Americanized capitalism that says that you should get paid just because you work hard. There's nothing in the book that says you should get paid because you were at the job for 12 hours. There's nothing that says you should get paid because you showed up every day. I hate saying it like this. I know this might shock some people, but there's nothing. I'm a finance professor. My PhD is in finance. I know capitalism better than a man knows his ex-wife. And ain't nothing in the book of economics that says you get paid because you got up every day and you went to work and you worked hard. Why is that important for me to share that with you? I want to make sure I break this down so we understand this on a 2 + 2 = 4 kind of level. I explain this because what ends up happening is that when something goes wrong and they lay your black ass off, a lot of us are very confused. We don't know what the hell happened. We're like, wait, I did the same job. I should get the same pay. Well, no, you shouldn't because you're not black. Or I work 12 hours, I should get paid for 12 hours, and I should get paid because I'm willing to work. Not necessarily, not if the company decides that AI can do your job better than you can. Well, I'm a hardworking person and I show up on time and I stay until 5. I should be paid as much as anybody else. No, not really, because capitalism is based on supply and demand and market values and a lot of these other things. And the reason that you get paid is because somebody sold a product and they decided to break you off something and break you off a cut of the money. But if they decide not to do that, then you're going to have some trouble. I say all this because the economic conversations in the Black community have to get more sophisticated for those Black people that want to survive and to thrive. In order for Black people to be successful, you're going to have conversations about economics that go deeper than every time you have a financial problem, you got to go get a job. You have to learn what our ancestors knew. They could survive in an economy where there was no economy. They could find a way to survive even when there were no jobs to even be had. Right? They understood how to create an ecosystem. And here's the thing about an ecosystem. Look, I'm in Tulsa this week, the home of Black Wall Street. I met a Black man today who runs Black Tech Street, which is something amazing they're doing out here, where they're building this amazing technology situation, et cetera. It's beautiful. Then I met some other people that were doing amazing things. Smart Black people in Tulsa, just beautiful city. But then there was one sister from Brooklyn. And Brooklynites, I love Brooklyn. We're having our all Black National Convention in Brooklyn because if you're from Brooklyn, you special. Brooklyn people are special because on average, this doesn't apply to everybody, but most of the people I meet from Brooklyn are smart and aggressive and real. They're real and they're smart and they ain't scared of nothing. That's why I love Brooklyn. I'm like, this is a special place. I come correct when I comes to Brooklyn. And I met this lady from Brooklyn. And I said, "How are you doing today? How's everything going?" And she said, it's okay. It's not going well." And she created something called Tulsa Tech Week. And she's doing it all by herself, investing her own money and everything else. But one thing she said that I thought was really, really profound was she said, when you have people, Black or white, that are running organizations or operating in a way where their funding is coming from government, charity, and corporations, those people are not able to survive. Because if the government, the charity, or the corporation decides not to give you money anymore, you are functionally dead financially. You are financially slaughtered. If you don't believe me, I want you to go look at the absolute slaughterhouse that occurred when Trump got elected and decided to kill all the DEI programs. Give me a guess if you've seen how many jobs have been lost when they pulled the DEI programs. Give me a guess if you've seen how much money was lost. Tabitha lost some of that money when companies were not supporting DEI anymore. When the government jobs disappeared. Anybody notice that? Anybody seen that? It's been absolutely terrible. And I don't like it. I'm not cheering for it. I'm not applauding it. But this is what happens when the economic rug gets pulled out from under you. Why is that? Well, because as this lady from Brooklyn eloquently said to me, she talked for a while, but I listened to her. And she said that you only can survive economically when you have a true ecosystem. When you know how to build a business, you know how to acquire a customer, you know how to make a sale. Why are Black children not being taught this? Why isn't every Black child being taught how to develop a product, acquire a customer, and make a sale? Why, instead of learning how to make a sale, we are learning how to only sell ourselves to our oppressor? Instead of learning how to sell yourself, how about you learn how to sell a product? That way, instead of you always making the money and your body and your labor having to be the backing of any any income you receive, your product can do some of the work instead of you doing all the work. You have a product instead of being the damn product. We are really good at being the product, but none of our children learn how to develop a product. Do you understand the difference? Let me know if that's making sense. And I'm saying this because I feel strongly about this, and I'm saying this also with complete love to Tabitha Brown. I really like this lady. I could just sit here and listen to her talk all day. Her voice is just so, she just has that sweet little Southern voice. I grew up with Southern Black women just full of love and fried chicken and stuff, and you just love them, right? So Tabitha Brown is one of my favorites of all time. But with this video, I kind of want to elevate the conversation and get beyond the whole, oh, you're Black and you're struggling financially, it's time for you to go get a job. Because remember, you can also say, you're Black and you're struggling financially, and you can also learn how to sell a product. Or you're Black and you're struggling financially, you can also learn how to market your business a little better. Or you're Black and you're struggling financially, and so you need to join a group of other free Black people so y'all can figure out how to get your businesses going by developing a freaking ecosystem. Does everybody understand the difference? I really want to pause on that point to make sure that we understand. And I hope you give me a yes if you understand it. Also, give me a double yes if you understand that I am not here bashing Tabitha Brown. I want to make that clear. I like this lady a lot. And I have to say that because I don't want nobody to think I'm hating on Tabitha. She's amazing. Right. So what Tabitha was saying, there's truth to all of it. Yeah, yeah, your business may not be working, but I mean, somebody should talk about all the entrepreneurs that were this close to failure who never gave up. Do you understand how close Sam Walton was to bankruptcy before he built Walmart? Do you know that he was a day or two away? He was struggling underwater, broke, deep in debt. Do you know how many times Donald Trump has been in massive amounts of debt? But nobody ever went to Trump and said, "Well, son, I know you tried the business thing, but you're 2 billion in debt. You probably need to go get you a job, boy. Get you a job." No, did nobody say that to even Trump? And you know what kind of a guy Trump is? Trump's kind of a jerk. Right? Do you know Jeff Bezos, how far in the hole he was? We're talking about robbing Peter to pay Paul. Jeff Bezos couldn't rob Peter. Peter didn't have enough money to pay Bezos's bills, but he had to go rob a freaking bank to survive, right? Do you know how many times great businesses had owners who simply refused to give up? Do you understand that? Do you understand that there's many, many ways for you to skin that cat other than throwing in the towel and getting a job? See, what you got to understand is this. Here's what I need you to hear. Everybody ain't, Tabitha's right that maybe everybody ain't cut out to be an entrepreneur. But I'm going to say this too. Everybody ain't cut out to be a fucking slave either. Everybody ain't cut out to be an employee. I'm not fit for slavery. I don't want to work for nobody. If that means I got to be a better business owner, I'm going to do it. If that means I got to learn how to develop a product, I'm going to do it. If that means I got to go make a sale, I'm going to do it. If I got to take another meeting, I'm going to do it. If I'm going to put in all the work required, and this is a mindset, people, this is the mindset I'm giving you. You got to learn how to not give up. You give up too damn easy. You have your trauma. You're raised in a what I call a low self-esteem environment. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in your people. You give up too quickly, and then you turn and somehow you decide that I'm not going to believe in me. But why in the hell am I not going to believe in me? But I'm going to go believe in the white man. He ain't your Jesus. He is not better than you. You just have a bad attitude. You are walking around like a fucking loser. Stop that crap. Stop it. Stop it. You are a winner if you choose to be one. Some of you have billion-dollar, million-dollar businesses that are just waiting for you to evolve and change your strategy a little bit. Some of you have been pouring energy into something that's right on the brink of success, and your spirit is telling you to keep going, figure it out, figure it out, figure it out. And I'm the one that's going to tell you to figure it out. I'm the one that's going to say, look, there's a million ways to make money outside of getting a job. I'm not saying anything negative about anybody who chooses to get a job. I'm not saying that getting a job is bad, but I am saying this, that your goals will never come true if you learn how to quit. If you're fully trained on how to quit because you had a rough year or a rough 6 months or things just haven't taken off yet, well then guess what? Nothing that you do will ever succeed because you pretty much guarantee that you're not going to get to the finish line because you've chosen to go ahead and do a genocide on all your dreams. I'm tired of this. Do you know how many trillions of dollars have been lost in the black community because we've killed a dream that was just about to emerge and become successful? Do you know how many times there are millionaire, billionaire business owners that were right there on the brink of failure, looking real raggedy, right before they had that final pivot where everything changed? Elon Musk, when he had that crazy dream of wanting to start SpaceX and Tesla, he was 2 weeks away from being completely bankrupt and not making payroll. But he stuck with what he did. And I'm not saying everybody should do it. I'm not saying it's for the faint of heart. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying that I'm tired of us only knowing or believing somehow that jobs are the only way to get income. Not only is that not the only way to get income, but it's the worst way. The people that get the least amount of money in this economy are employees. Employees are at the bottom of the freaking food chain. You are literally, they get stepped on in America. Why would you train your child that the best thing they can do is to be an extraordinary employee? You want them to be the best of the worst? You want them to be the best off of the worst off in this economy? No. If I'm having kids right now, I wish I could go back 30 years and I would have 10 kids, literally. And you know what I would do? I would not train them to be employees. I would first train them to be business owners. I would train them on systems, how to develop ecosystems where there are none. I would train them on how to invest. I would train them on stocks and crypto and real estate and all these other things. And then we might get around to getting a job. That's what we would do. And so one of the things that we do in the Black Business School is we have a model. We call it the Sturdy model. Sturdy is spelled STERDY. Sturdy stands for Systems, Technology, Entrepreneurship, Relationships, and Delegation for the Youth. And what that means is the systems means that you build wealth through systems, not through a job. Systems affect lots of people. A job is one person. Technology, critical. You must know AI. You must know computer technology. That's not optional. Technology allows you to scale so that one success becomes 100 successes. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs know how to see nothing and create something where there was nothing. They're the same as people that know how to not just go and eat a meal in the kitchen. They can grow the food and cook the meal in the kitchen. They can create a reality even when there is when nothing's there. When wealth does not appear to be there, they can find the wealth and convert it into capital. Relationships. Relationships matter. If you have healthy order or healthy relationships with other people that look like you then have the ability to jump in and form relationships with those people, build teams, and then delegate, and then go to the D, which is delegation. You can delegate tasks so that you can get things done together. So ultimately, if I'm educating millions of black kids in the Boyce Watkins School of Economics, what I would do, and one day maybe I'll run into a billionaire who will write me a $20 million check, and I'll get working on that right away. I teach all these kids all these things before we ever start talking about a job. Because if you have 1 million Black kids that know how to build economic systems and not just labor, they understand technology at a very high level. They understand how to build businesses and develop businesses, not just work for businesses, not just manage them, but to develop them. And then they know how to build healthy relationships with other people. And then they learn how to delegate tasks among a team. That's when you become economically dangerous. That's when you're building the Black NVIDIA. I told the brother today, the brother got, there was a brother who, the brother that I mentioned runs Black Tech Street. He's a 29-year-old guy, very nice guy. I really liked him a lot. And he just got millions of dollars from NVIDIA to develop Black Tech Street. I thought that was great. And I told him, I said, what I really want to see is not just Black men and women who are getting money from NVIDIA or working for NVIDIA. I want to ask, who's the Black Jensen Huang? Who's the Black Mark Zuckerberg? Jensen Huang founded NVIDIA, the largest company in America right now. Who's the Black Mark Zuckerberg? Who's the Black Steve Jobs? And when we identify these children and start mass producing Black Steve Jobses and Black Mark Zuckerbergs and Black Jensen Huangs, then what we do is we give them some capital and we let those suckers run. We put them in the kitchen, teach them all the equipment, and then we let those little kids cook. Because I guarantee you that if you put them in the right position, give them the right skill, and let them cook, they're going to do something amazing. But if you tell them, if you dare say to them, hey, you know, what you've been working on isn't working out, you probably need to go get a job. Unfortunately, not only are you possibly killing a dream that could affect a lot of people's lives, but you're also telling them something they probably already know, right? It's not like Black people don't know that jobs are out there. It's not like they don't know how to go get one. We're good at that. It's like telling a Black man how to play basketball. We all play basketball. We know how to play basketball. You ain't got to tell me to go to the court. So ultimately, start focusing on the things that are not so obvious. Maybe, again, when you talk about economic survival, there's different strategies, different ways of life you can choose. And when you choose a way of life, you stick with it no matter what. So if I choose the life of an employee, then okay, no problem with that. Then that means I got to figure out how to get money by asking my boss. Maybe I get a second job. Maybe I get a different job. Maybe I get more skills so that I can get a job making more money. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But if I choose life as a free Black man and I'm about that life, then it's like a gang affiliation. Now, when I have an economic problem, jobs are not an option anymore. I got to learn how to sell my product better. I got to develop another product. I got to market my products better. I got to go and have meetings with people that can help me form the partnerships. So I got to cut costs. I got to do something, right? So there's many, many different ways to skin an economic cat. It's really a matter of getting the right skill set that will help you live the life that you want to live. Do you understand? So make a choice, stick with it, know that no choice is ever going to feel right all the time. It's like getting married. Marriage is not something where every single day you're 100% convinced that you made the right choice. Marriage is not something where every day you just really want to run to each other. Marriage is not a situation where every single day everything's wonderful and you're just happy that you married that person instead of the other person you could have married. No, marriage is where you make a decision and you say, okay, hell or high water. We ride this out. We're going to figure it out. If times get tough, I'm coming back to you. We're going to have to solve this within the life that we chose. We married to the game. So the question I ask you, Black people, this is the last point I'm gonna make on this. What game are you married to? What lifestyle are you committed to? The thing about commitment is that commitment is hard. Weak people cannot keep commitments. Weak people cannot stick with the policy and the strategy that they set for themselves. Weak people want to flip and switch whenever things get difficult. And I can tell you like this, I don't know what path you're going to choose. But if you ever choose to be an entrepreneur, you better have some freaking resilience. Sherry Perkins said the right word in the chat. You better have some damn resilience. In fact, when you look up the characteristics of successful business owners, here are the characteristics. Number one, Resilience means seeing a setback not as confirmation that you're doing the wrong thing, but the setback is tuition that you pay in the school of life. It's going to make you better. Either I win or I grow, one or the other. Number two, financial discipline. You have to master budgeting, investing, leveraging capital. You go into business acting like a damn rapper, you're going to go broke because you're going to waste all your money. Number three, adaptability. Learning how to pivot. Business owners pivot. Everything's going to change. If times are good, that's going to change. If times are bad, that's going to change. And so the ability to adapt and to pivot and to confidently do that and to know that you're still in the right place, that's a really important part of being an entrepreneur. Number four, an abundance mindset. This is really important for traumatized people to get. Trauma makes you see the world as scarce and limiting and difficult and as a struggle. You talk to people that are overly traumatized and you say, "How you doing?" Man, I'm just surviving out here." And one of the biggest lies they told you about being black is that blackness ain't nothing but a big like continuous nightmare. Anybody ever notice that? Like every single day, it's hard. You might get shot by a cop on your way to the liquor store, and your baby mama's gonna try to stab you, and then like we literally feel. Some of us are trained to really just believe that being black is nothing more than an endless stream of suffering, and that affects your confidence. That affects how you view the world. Entrepreneurs see the world in an abundance mindset. They see opportunity everywhere. If you learn how to see opportunity everywhere with an optimistic attitude, like I can do this and there's the opportunities out there and I can go get it, that's very different from saying that there's no opportunities and I'm not even good enough to get it, even if it's out there. How in the hell are you going to succeed when you're looking down on yourself in that way? You cannot succeed if you hate yourself that much. So in order for you to even begin to have a conversation with me about this and even sit in this room right now, I need you to go look in the mirror, do some therapy, and learn how to love you. Learn how to believe in you. Learn how to invest in you. Learn how to never give up on you. That is essential for you to be successful because the world's going to test you a whole lot. You cannot look for external validation when there may be times where the only validation you can get is from you, God, and your mama. Those might be the only three people on earth that believe in you, but that's got to be enough to get you by. Let's keep going. Last point, self-care. I encourage everybody who wants to be successful as an entrepreneur. The best entrepreneurs out here will advocate for this. You have to also have self-care. Loving yourself means pushing yourself, but it also means being kind to yourself. If you get tired, go take a nap. You have a bad day, go hit the refresh button. Every morning I get up and I have a procedure, I have a protocol that turns me into Dr. Boyce Watkins every day. I don't wake up as Boyce Watkins every morning. Some days I wake up as Pookie, the lazy crackhead. I wake up some days as the guy who's distracted. I wake up some days as the guy who maybe isn't sure if he's good enough, or the guy who's stressed out and worried about everything. I wake up as different versions of me every morning. But what I do is I have a procedure that locks me in into who I need to be. And that might include listening to some motivational stuff before I go to the gym. It might include working out on top of that. It includes positive self-talk to program my subconscious. And then by the time I get up in here, I ain't scared of nothing. By the time I get up here and I'm looking you in the eye, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's get it. Let's go get it. There's no doubt in my mind that God has this for me. There's no doubt whatsoever that I don't belong here. There's no doubt in my mind that I will not find some way to get to the thing that I want to accomplish. And if I don't get it, I'm going to die trying. I will one day be blessed enough to die at my desk pushing hard to accomplish the damn thing that I set out to accomplish when I started doing this back in 2006. So ultimately, what I'm encouraging you to do is to find the lunatic inside of you that will never give up. That lunatic, that gangster inside of you, that person that carries whatever confidence you need to make it through the situation, to be able to deal with the challenges and not question whether or not you belong. Carry that person with you, because all of us on the inside, we all have doubts, insecurities, and things that scare the shit out of us. Join the freaking club. But life's too short for that, man. You're supposed to win. Go get it. Go get it. So I like Tabitha a lot. I really do. She's a great lady. I love this lady. I don't even want to make it sound like I'm saying anything bad about her. But I don't want to hear, like, don't tell me that because I had a bad month or a bad year, I need to go get a job. Maybe you could say, hey, maybe you can get an extra stream of income by driving Uber and making a little extra money so you can put that into the business because we're still going for the big dream. Like, don't ever let the big dream die. That dream is your baby. You are the parent, and the only person that's going to feed an ugly baby is the person that gave birth to it. So some of y'all's businesses are struggling. Some of your situations are just messy. Some of your little businesses are little ugly ass babies. And if you stop loving the baby, then the baby is gonna die. So you have a choice to make. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because a lot of great businesses start off as little ugly babies. Take it from a guy who's made a lot of ugly kids in my life, financially speaking. And I had to be the only one who loved that baby. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's always gonna love me. Love yourself, man. You deserve that. Okay. All right. So I hope that this was helpful to somebody. Yeah, I just wanted to share this. Again, nothing against Tabitha. If Tabitha sees this, then I'd love to talk to Tabitha. I just have so much admiration for her. And again, she's friends with my friend Tiara, who Karma J is her with the name she goes by. I hope you'll support her album because she just put the album out. It's really, really good. And we have to support the people we care about. Last thing I'll mention is D1 is also on tour. So if you go to d1music.com, D1, the hip hop artist who's literally changing the culture. He's been in here several times. He's on tour now. He's actually got an event tomorrow night in Atlanta. So if you want to go to one of the cities, you can check out the cities he's going to. Go to d1music.com, DEE1music.com. And if you're in the first 40 people to come in, just tell them Dr. Boy sent you and you can get in for free because I just to support his tour, we bought 40 tickets in every city. So the Black Business School is supporting what D1's got going on. So because I believe in his mission, and I think we got to clean up the murder music so that our people can be great again. That's what we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be out here having kids getting shot in the street and all this other craziness, disrespecting our women. We're supposed to be successful. Black people are extraordinary. You're amazing. You're the best. Go be the best. Make it happen. Okay. All right. Last thing I'll mention too is if you want to join us tonight for stock options class, feel free to text the word morning to the number 87948. And not only can you join stock options class, but you can get an invitation to our morning class as well. So just text morning to the number 87948. I'm going to send out a link for those that want to join. We start tonight at 8 o'clock. We're going to do stock options for 12 weeks. All right, guys, have a great day. God bless you.